Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, let's get this live stream on the road. Hello everyone, welcome to another vidIQ channel review live stream. It is Tuesday, 11 AM on April the 10th. Happy birthday, Dad. It is your birthday today, but hello to everybody here joining this live stream. If you're not familiar with what we do here on a Tuesdays, we take channels from all over YouTube. Anybody who joins this live stream is eligible for review. And the way you get your channel reviewed is not through super chats or through asking for your channel to be reviewed. It is by contributing constructively and positively to the chat, which is right there. And our moderators are scouring the chat, looking for people who have lots of good things to say. Whether or not it's questions or advice, you will be selected for the channel review during this live stream. Just a note to moderators, I've already selected my first channel and I've already got a second channel lined up at some point during the live stream. So once I start the first channel review, make sure you're on the lookout for people who deserve a channel review here at vidIQ. If you are enjoying this live stream and if you are watching this live stream on repeat, first of all, if you can give us a thumbs up like. I really appreciate that. But also, I do a bit of housekeeping, first of all, for all of the viewers here in the live stream. So maybe jump to around 5 to 7 minutes into the live stream to start actually seeing channel reviews if that's what you're interested in. And this live stream can last over an hour, so if you want to go through more useful information, then maybe play this at 1.5 speed or double speed, where you can hear me talk in a very high-pitched voice. It's very entertaining, but also very useful if you don't have that much time. So, just if you are new to these live streams, let me just quickly tell you a couple of rules here. That, as I've already said, that picking channels is based on your contribution to the live stream, unless I've already pre-selected you. And if I have pre-selected you, that's because you've been contributing to the vidIQ on a long-term basis, whether it be through comments on the channel, previous live streams, or you've spoken to me personally. There is a reason why channels may be pre-selected, and again, it's not through financial donations on super chats. Another thing is that the reason I don't do super chats is that I cannot keep an eye on the live stream chat as we are live, and moderators do a fantastic job of that for me, but I can't answer questions and keep up. I do try and look at super chats at the end of a live stream, but not during. Channel reviews are based on whether there is appropriate content on the channel for what you might call a PG audience. So even if YouTube does accept your content, if I see any profanity or what I would see as controversial topics, then I'm sorry, I can't review your channel for those purposes. I say that I spend 5 to 10 minutes on each channel review, but that never seems to be the case. So I'm just going to be honest and say, if you do get a channel review, you're probably getting 10 to 20 minutes worth of channel audit out of me, which I hope you appreciate. But not only my comments, but also the comments from the people in the chat. So do make sure that if your channel does get reviewed, or you're watching and you're listening to my opinions and my advice, make sure to replay it on the live stream to see all the useful chat that's probably, no doubt, coming through. Now, this is what I look for in my channel reviews in terms of what you should be looking for and what I'm looking for when I look at a channel. First of all, the most important thing that I always stress at the top of a channel review is who should be watching and why. In other words, when a viewer clicks onto your channel page, they see the channel banner, the videos that you put in your playlist, and the value proposition. If I can't work out what your channel's about in the first 5 minutes, then how do you expect your viewers to know what your channel's about and whether or not they should subscribe and watch more content? And this is done through various things such as channel health. How consistently are you posting videos, and the branding, whether you use a logo, or whether that logo is consistent and there's a theme of color or certain graphics or objects. And that again is looked at through the channel layout, the thumbnails, the content. Is there a consistency in the topics that you're looking at, a consistency in the titles that you're delivering, and whether the thumbnails tell us a story? And that feeds itself into video metadata, the tags, title, descriptions. If we have the opportunity, we may drill down into one of your videos and see where you're going right and wrong in those areas. And of course, the most important people on any YouTube channel is your audience, your community. Do you appeal to that audience directly? Can they connect with you? Do you respond to comments? That sort of thing. And as always, I leave the last bullet point for any other points of interest that go on, because there's always interesting stuff that comes from channels as I review them. So that's what I'll be looking for in my channel reviews. And if you want a quick bullet point checklist when you're auditing your own channel, by all means use this as well. One more thing to say: if you do see any interesting metrics or graphics or things that you're not usually familiar with YouTube, that's probably some vidIQ tools that you're seeing from us here. If you're not familiar with what vidIQ is, we are a Chrome extension which helps you, and I was talking to a colleague earlier today about how we pitch vidIQ to people. We help you research the entirety of YouTube, unearth metrics, and audit your own channel to help you make actionable decisions on how to improve your own content. So I think I've really nailed down our value proposition there with our products. Anyway, we're now 6 minutes into the video. That's pretty much 6 minutes into the live stream. I think that's pretty much perfect timing to do the first channel review, and that is going to be on this channel right here. So as we start this channel review, I want you to be posting fantastic constructive feedback in the live chat so that everybody can read it, and especially for the person who's getting their channel reviewed, they can see all this feedback and maybe replay it. As we go through channels, there should be loads of tips that you can pick up, or maybe you can offer advice on. And this first channel is called Motorsports and Dream Cars. The banner says behind the scenes, presumably of race events and reviews. So what are the first things that we potentially need to look at here? It has a custom channel banner, which is a good start. Behind the scenes might be a bit of a generic value proposition. We can see that from many people. And you also don't include your channel name in the banner, so there may be somewhat of a missed opportunity here. We're getting, I guess, functional keywords here, like race, events, reviews, motorsports. That's the kind of thing we may expect from such a channel. So maybe motorsport and dream cars. What do you offer which is unique? Now, I can answer that question because I've looked a little bit more at your channel, whereby you are actually interviewing drivers and you're getting literally behind the scenes, which gives you more of an input. But I think there needs to be a bit more power potentially behind this message. You could include maybe some images here of some of the people you've interviewed, and that's going to be an important part that we're going to look at in a second with your channel trailer. I'm just going to play this trailer for about 15 to 20 seconds, and I want you to tell me as an audience here watching this live stream, there is one thing missing from this channel trailer, which is more important than anything else, and let's see if you can work out what that is. So here is the channel trailer. So there's 25 seconds of the channel trailer. First of all, fantastic that you do have a channel trailer, and also that it's quite pacey. It's not long. It's a minute long, which is good for a channel trailer, and you're delivering your proposition through text. But I think what this is missing here is a bit of individual personality. I know from looking at the rest of your videos that there is a presenter to this content, and they do interviews, and you're in front of camera presenting, but we don't really know enough about the person. This feels a bit impersonal as a YouTube channel, I would suggest. For example, Motorsport and Dream Cars, again, somewhat of a generic channel title, and your avatar is a logo with quite a lot of text on, which is going to be, that when shrunk down, is going to be quite difficult to see. as a channel avatar. So maybe you want to include yourself personally in the channel avatar and maybe do some voiceover on the channel trailer as well, just to introduce who you are, what the channel's about, and why you're passionate about cars and so on. You talk about it in your channel introduction, but would anybody potentially read that? So yeah, just as somebody visiting the channel for the first time, I want to see more from you as a presenter rather than Motorsport Dream Cars, because we don't know if this is a team potentially, or a brand, or an agency, or an individual video creator. So some personality may add an extra touch there. Good things on the channel layout. You have this new to the channel, which I absolutely love, whereby you're showing off your best videos. It might not necessarily be the most viewed ones, but if those are the ones which best represent your content, then I think that's absolutely perfect. And we can see here that you're looking at the launch of a new car for a cup, best motorsport moments, and then a car review. So we can see that you go to races, but you also review cars as well. More playlists here about a particular event, it looks like here. Look, there you are. This is the first time we've seen, I think this is you, looking from the other videos in your channel. This is the video creator, but it's taken me a good 5-6 minutes to find out who you are. So there we are. We probably need to see more of you at some point. An interview here with Nicholas Hamilton, or which again that's kind of like a bit of a coup, maybe. You could bring that closer up your channel list, video list potentially. And then more playlists about specific topics that you've covered. So you're really identifying what you're interested in. One playlist that you may want to reintroduce here, there's a lot of playlists here, it's really well populated. But your popular uploads one, sorry, not your popular uploads one, your recent uploads, you may want to bring this back into your content, because then it shows viewers that you have created content on a regular basis. They can see your consistency there if you have recent uploads somewhere along the lines. And one final thing, personal preference, is that with some of your playlists, you may want to go from horizontal playlist to vertical playlist, just to change up the layout. That's personal preference. A couple of playlists, well, at least one playlist here. Actually, it's very good. You've included descriptions in your playlist. Excellent. You're just missing one, but that's a minor fault, and I don't think we should beat you up too much on that particular area. Let's have a look at your videos now. Your video list, and see if there's any common themes here. Some good examples of thumbnails here, where, for example, this one here, where you are clearly the focus of this particular video thumbnail, but you've sort of blurred and contrasted the background. So this is a good fundamental example of showing you on YouTube, when thumbnails are shrunk down, you really need to have a clear focus on maybe one or two objects and not clutter the thumbnail too much. And these are all good examples, like little effects here with the orange outline on Nicholas Hamilton. That gives you the effect of just showing a focus on a particular thing, which I like. I also like here that you've color-coded your videos, so you're telling the viewer exactly what this is about, whether it's a race or a feature or an event or in a review. Color coding seems like a good idea to me. One thing you are missing though is maybe some channel branding. So if you do decide to use your current logo, or maybe a simplified one, maybe a simplified one would be just your helmet's logo there with MSDC, potentially. But again, that's entirely up to you, what branding you would want, but maybe just include a little bit more. Again, good examples here. You've taken cut out of images and included a camera in there, and then supplemented it with a decent title, so how to vlog. And this is a good example again of thumbnails which are complementing the title. So the thumbnail's telling a story itself. Like, I like this thumbnail here where you've have yourself wearing an umbrella on a roadster. So that kind of teases some sort of storyline in the video there. Are you going to talk about how good it is as a convertible car? Just interesting things there. And this, the Lamborghini with I'm sure you've probably modified this picture a bit so that the green is really contrasty and saturated. So again, it makes it look like a good video, a good thumbnail to see. So yeah, I think there's some good examples here of a thumbnail, certainly. Let's have a look at the titles a little bit. What made Michael Schumacher the best? Seems like a good title. Is it being searched for a lot these days? That might be something that you need to think about. Brands, hats, truck racing, Easter crashes. So I think one thing I've discovered in motorsport channels is that whenever you include the word crashes in a video title, that tends to get a bit more popularity, as demonstrated here. This video's got 2,000 views. Not that I'm saying that you want to turn your channel into a crash clips channel, but for whatever reason, well, it's an obvious reason, people like cars crashing. So it's good that you're seeing an opportunity there to capitalize on a popular topic in your genre. General view counts here. So we've seen that you have 1,000 subscribers, and some view counts tend to range between 200 and 700 generally. You may want to potentially audit your videos and see which ones are the most popular. Maybe narrow down on that topic for a particular series of videos just to test how they are. Like as an example, I'm looking at these tour videos. So this Renault Clio one had 200 views. The launch of a new car for the Cup, 400 views. Best motorsport moments for, again, racing, 200 views. So those don't necessarily perform as well as, say, the car review on here, which has a few more views than this car one here. I mean, looking at events tend to do a little bit better as well. There are exceptions. So again, you might want to spend a bit more time on this, but really knuckle down and look specifically at what your best performing videos are in terms of like 3x or 2x. And then I say that, and in this race one, again, it's another crashes one, so you're getting 900 views there. A good example here of where you like to maybe go off on a different strand of topics. You want to talk about like you as a YouTuber, but the audience really hasn't resonated with that. Again, I talked about this on Friday about video creator fulfillment, where sometimes you just need to make a video which is about you and stimulates your creativity. I don't know whether you did that for this particular vlogging one, but it didn't perform well. So just be aware that sometimes you can put a lot of effort into a video that you're really happy and proud of, but is your audience necessarily going to connect with that video? Most popular videos. I always like to see which videos cracked some virility, and there we are, an interview with Clarkson, Hammond and May. So we're bringing in popular celebrities, which is always going to go well. And look here again, another crash video which gets 50,000 views. This is an interesting one here, how to build a Kawasaki superbike. So that got 30,000 views. What was the reason behind that? Was it the tags that you used, or was it you had some exclusive access which gave you a unique insight? Definitely maybe something to think about there. It's a different branding here as well, feature. So that might be something that's potentially another topic to investigate as popular videos. Those are the three big ones. The rest of them tend to be smaller videos, like 6,000 below. So nothing breaking that too much there. But yeah, again, what I find with motorsport channels is that you're covering many different topics. So when somebody subscribes because they're interested in truck racing, does that necessarily mean they're going to be interested in a Renault Clio 172 test drive? That's a really difficult thing to pitch. I guess you equate it to video games. Like if somebody's really interested in Fortnite, are they then necessarily going to watch a video where you're talking about World of Warcraft? So again, it may be good to go through your channel and see if there are any particular types of cars that your audience are really resonating with and are pulling in more of an audience. We'll go now to just a general video. We'll try and pick one out which is sort of average video in terms of views, and then we'll look at your metadata and see what's going on there. Let's pick. This looks like the middle of the road one then. 600 views. And I must stress, like, if you're getting like 50 to 60% view counts versus your subscribers, that's a fairly good rate that you're having there. Average view duration is 30%, so it's maybe a little low. You may want to look at reasons why that is. Is your video have enough pace to it? Are you doing things like pattern interrupts so that the audience is always interested in your content? Maybe something to think about. Let's watch the first 15 to 20 seconds of this video, see how the intro works.
The halo that's coming in this year, obviously safety is important. Where do you see that going? Do you see completely closed cockpits?
I'll be honest, I'm not a massive fan of the halo. I think on the one side, of course, you know, if you go down the path.
So, looking at the intro there, is the halo going to ruin Formula One? I was a little bit confused about what you were trying to show me there. The audio wasn't the best. It looks as if it was an interview with some content, some B-roll behind the content. Maybe it would have been stronger if you personally was narrating a bit more to cam or to a microphone, so it's loud and clear, and you give like an introduction in the first 10 seconds and then maybe jump into more detail, just as a potential bit of advice. I did watch some of your older videos as well, and what I noticed is that there's a lot of coverage of racing where the camera is fixed on one particular thing for a minute or two, where it might be an engineer replacing a tyre or fixing suspension or whatever it is, and there was no voiceover. Now, I think in later videos you have improved that, but I think there's a danger here of your audience perhaps getting a little tired of the content, so maybe try and make your content a little snappier, potentially. But I'm saying this only looking at certain aspects of your content. Let's have a look at the metadata here. So metadata: F1 Halo, F1 Grand Prix, Formula One. I think you may have probably departed from your main topic a little too early there. If this is about Halo, whatever that is, in Formula One, you probably want to reinforce that in the keywords. So like Halo Formula One, F1 Halo, Formula One Halo, Halo equipment in Formula One. Just try and reinforce that keyword, that specific keyword, maybe a bit more strongly, because what I've seen here, and I see this quite often, is that you maybe include the keyword of the video title once or twice, but then you depart very quickly onto these broad keywords such as Grand Prix, Formula One 2018, Crash, Formula One Crash, Formula E. How much expectation is there to crack into those topics when you're a smaller channel? So you're talking about a niche topic here about presumably this Halo equipment, I guess. You probably want to really represent that in your metadata as well. I'm just going to read the title here to try and understand more what a Halo is. The new safety system being used in F1, the Halo could see an end to Formula One as we know it. I ask the question. Okay, so yeah, I think you should probably include this a bit more in the first 20 seconds. If you ask this question to a Formula One driver, you should probably take a snippet of that in the first couple of seconds, because then anybody who understands motorsports is probably going to recognize the ex-Formula One driver potentially, which may give you a bit more cachet for the rest of the video. But again, we need to look at positives here in the fact that you are using video tags and you're using relevant video tags. You probably just need to narrow down a bit more with long tail specific keywords. Your channel tags seem to establish that you are a motorsport channel. You have an engagement on this, and I can see that you're loving all of your comments. Are you replying to them? The answer would look to be yes. That does seem to be good. So whenever you have audience, you are engaging well with them. So there's good fundamentals here. There's a lot going right with the, I'd say the metadata and the fundamentals. It could be that the content just needs some tweaking in terms of how you actually deliver it to your audience. And that's one of the things that we can't really go into too much detail here on the channel reviews. What I will say is I see this a couple of times now with a channel that we looked at last year called Steph ABTV. And he produces excellent content on motorsport, and you clearly have a passion for motorsport, and you're getting exclusive access to drivers and behind the scenes. And yet it still seems to be really difficult to break into the motorsport scene. So unfortunately, I don't have a specific knowledge base of this area. But if you haven't already done this, maybe look at video creators who are working in the same space as you, who have had success, and maybe look at either what topics they're covering at the moment or how they're presenting their content, just to get some potential advice from them. But I'm sure Motorsport and Dream Cars, you're already doing that. And that's the end of the first channel review, which took 20 minutes. But Motorsport and Dream Cars has been on several of these live streams, wanting advice, and I hope you found that useful in some way. Okay, let's move on to the next channel review. Moderators, I want to take one from you next. So if you do have a channel lined up that you think deserves our attention, let us know in the chat and I'll try and pick it up. I can see that there are some questions coming in here in the live chat. Unfortunately, I can't really answer questions during the live stream chat because I'm just far too busy reviewing the channel. So if you do want to ask any questions, we do have a Friday casual chat live stream, which will be much more down your street. So yeah, moderators, I'm waiting for a channel. Okay, I think I have one here. Let's see if I can grab that. This one's just coming up now. Can you confirm that this is the channel moderator that you suggested? I always want to confirm that I'm not picking up somebody's random channel before I do the channel review. I think this is the one. And it is going to be an interesting channel to review considering the channel banner. Do we have any confirmation yet that this is the right channel I'm looking at? Yes? Okay, I can see this person in the chat, so let's just assume this is the right one. Okay, first things first, everybody, here's a question for you. Can you tell me what this channel is about just by looking at this screen? Do you have any clue what Carlos 2 YouTube channel is about? We have a very generic title here with YouTube channel, and that gives us no indication of what the channel is about. So we're already going to have to do a little bit of reaching and researching. So my first big piece of advice here, Carlos 2, is to update your channel banner to more accurately reflect the content that you do. You have 2,000 subscribers though, congratulations on that. We'll just check through the video description what your channel is about. You have 770,000 views, congratulations on that. And you are a musician, you have been for 30 years, and you love guitars, amps, gadgets and games, which covers most of our interests. And you also have quite a passion for Anarchy Online. Okay, so the question I'm going to ask you here is, what are you most passionate about out of all of them subjects? Because as a smaller channel, this is the biggest trap that YouTubers fall into, that they just want to make videos about what everything that they're interested in, And that's not necessarily what your audience is interested in. They're probably interested in one specific thing that you can promote the best. So this channel review is going to go a little bit backwards, because now what I'm going to do is check your most popular videos and see which ones gain those 700,000 views. So we're going way back here. I mean, there's stuff that's all across the board here. So you had a popular Anarchy Online video, but you also had a popular video on what looks to be a guitar, then a popular video on what looks to be a Toyota Hilux engine, and then a random video, and then baby elephants blowing bubbles at Chester view. So here, this is what's going to happen with your content. You're going to have these occasional moments where you have these videos which crack out into the audience, and they're watched by several tens of thousands of people. And then you'll make another video on a different topic, and then you're going to wonder why nobody watched that video, because that YouTube didn't surface that video as much, and your subscribers are just not interested in that content whatsoever. So there needs to be a fundamental question here about what videos you want to do most, and maybe niche down into that area. I mean, your most popular one looks to be about either an amp or a guitar or that sort of subject. So maybe that's what you want to concentrate on. And it might be a harsh piece of advice if you're really keen on these other topics. But if we go to your most recent videos, which are on, they look to be a lot on Anarchy Online. Let's see how many views you're getting from those particular videos. And it looks to be like 66, 50, 80, 23. You don't seem to be making any breakthroughs with this particular topic. And another question is Anarchy Online popular anymore? I'm sure I've heard of that game, what, maybe a decade ago. So is anybody searching for this content? That might be certainly something to consider. Right, we'll get back to these thumbnails in a bit, because I've got some comments on those as well. I just want to have a look at your introductions here. Here's your trailer. So what's your trailer? What is your channel about?
Hi all, and welcome to my channel. I've been a musician for 30 years and I still love guitars, amps, gadgets and games, which covers most of my interests. Obviously I have quite the sideline in Anarchy Online. Welcome to my world.
I like the channel trailer because you are actually doing a voiceover and you're telling people what you're passionate about. Excellent work. The channel trailer is about 40 seconds long, which is brilliant. It's a little old now, 2 years old, so you may want to update that. I would also say that it looks as if you've been making the same videos for at least 2 years, Anarchy Online in particular. And it may be a case of, if those videos haven't been working in the past for the last 2 years and you're continuing to make the same videos, are you expecting anything to change? Now, I also have to consider this point of view as well. Like, if you're happy making these videos and you're happy with the audience that you currently have and these are the types of videos you enjoy making, then that's absolutely fine. I do have to remind myself that not everybody is after more views, more subscribers. They're just happy with the creative element and the community that they currently have. So yeah, if that's something, then something that I need to consider. But yes, this channel trailer, not reflected whatsoever in the channel banner, so certainly the channel banner is something worth updating. But just as advice back to Motorsport and Dream Cars, this was a good example of a channel trailer that included a voiceover and clearly identified the video creator and the content that they produce. I like the fact that you've got this recent uploads playlist here, so we know that you're producing content on a very regular basis. We've got 4 videos in the last 3 days, which is good, and you do have some playlists like Anarchy Online playthroughs and guides. Try and include a description if you have the time. Warframe, Noob Edition, Skyrim, Witcher 3. So yeah, again, going through these different video games, who's going to be interested in all of them? That's a difficult question to answer for a gamer. And you've got some Fallout 4 stuff here as well towards the end. Right, let's go back to the videos and let's have a look at these thumbnails. That's right. So here's what I think about thumbnails that include numbers and a lot of text in. First of all, the text is so... There's so much text on there that it's drowning out the content. Like, if I look at this one as a typical example, I have no idea what's going on in this video game. I can barely see the graphic because the text is too much in front of it. So you probably want to try and pull back this text as much as possible, because you're already including Warframe 60 in the title. Why do you need to include it again in a thumbnail? And another thing is, let's see, if you include numbers in a thumbnail or in a title, that kind of gives there's kind of an expectation then on the audience that, well, if I'm watching part 55, does that mean I need to watch part 1 to 57 to understand where the flow of this video is going? So the flow of this series is going. So that means you'll keep a core audience who are going to be following all of this. But I've always found that whenever I do videos that say part 1, part 2, the second part of the video, it always falls off a cliff, because I assume viewers, when they see part 2 in a video, then it's like, oh, well, I've already missed the first part, so yeah, I'm probably not going to bother with this. Another thing is that your thumbnails don't have any branding. I mean, we can clearly see that they're from the same video creator because of this common theme of style. But again, as thumbnails, they're just text to me, and I can't really work out what's going on. So yeah, really pull back the text and have the text complement the title. And the titles are very similar as well. So Warframe 38, The War Within Part 3. Like, so wow, Warframe Part 38 with The War Within Part 3. It's like that. There's a lot for the video creator, sorry, not the video creator, the audience to try and digest before they even click on the video. And saying that, there are particular times when you have had success with certain videos. I don't know if this is because it's slightly different. You don't include a part here. It's more about a mod, so it's like a separate video, which it's a self-contained video. So there's no expectation from the audience to watch something before or after, so they're getting maybe a clearer answer. So maybe think about that. Maybe think about just getting rid of all these parts and niching down on what the video is exactly about. In this particular case, it was a Riven rifle mod. Let's see where else we may have opportunities. Yeah, so I'm noticing this here. Whenever you don't do one of these parts, the videos are performing a little bit better. This Anarchy Online live stream Twitch stream did better. I mean, this one, even though it's only got 300 views, it still outperforms the rest of these A Noob Tries series. I've finally got the first part of the title now. And also maybe think about including your face in the video. We always talk about thumbnails work better if you can see the video creator, the whites of their eyes. It establishes a human element and maybe some form of trust as well. So really going into heavy detail here on the thumbnails. Let's pick one particular video. Let's go with one which has 100 views maybe. Let's go with this one. De-Excalibur free weapons and the usual fail. Okay, so we'll have a look at your channel tags, video tags, all that sort of stuff. Got some nice view duration. I know it's only 20%, but that does still represent over 10 minutes of watch time on a 30-minute video. Oh, and look, your channel's growing recently at the moment. You got 70% up on subs in the last 30 days, so congratulations there. And now let's have a look at your tags. Again, they're fairly broad key, short keywords, Warframe. So I'm thinking, how could you niche down here and have longer tail keywords? It might be Warframe, free weapons, or how to get free weapons in Warframe, or Warframe, the de-Excalibur reviewed. Yeah, so you have Excalibur build and de-Excalibur, which ranks 20th, so maybe that's why the video got a couple more views. Just want to maybe combine that keyword with the Warframe keyword, and it may give you more opportunities there to promote it to your viewers. What I wanted to mention something else, but it's escaped me, so I'll go on to the description where you're not utilizing your description here. De-Excalibur, free weapons and the usual fare. Warframe's not included in this description, and you're wasting important real estate description space on how you recorded it. That should be much further down in the description or in the video. Write a meaningful contextual sentence which includes all the keywords to better promote the content. The other thing I want to say is that we're looking at Warframe, which is a 2013 game, so it's 5 years old. I, as a semi-vid gamer, have never heard of this title, so you may want to just do some quick searches into how often Warframe is being searched these days. Is it popular? I'm going to try risking the keyword inspector here and see how interest over time is for Warframe. So, okay, there is still some interest there. Let's go for the last year, see if that tells us if there's any interest. There's still a little bit of interest, so maybe you still have opportunities there. But something to consider as you go forward. I mean, the keyword is good, so it does look as if there's opportunities there for you to have an audience, but maybe it's just a repetition of the content that's where you've lost potential interest. So a revamp maybe of this topic. And I guess the one question is, just to go back to your channel in general, is you've not done anything on guitars recently, even though guitar video is your most popular one. Is there any particular reason for that? If gaming is just, as I go back to this point of what you want to do as a video creator, if gaming is all you're interested in, and this is your particular topic, and you're not really too fussed about an audience or building a channel in like the classic YouTuber sense of the term, then that's absolutely fine. And it's clear that you're passionate about the games that you're playing because you're still posting content on a regular basis, and that's already like half of the YouTube grind there, that you've been publishing videos for years and years and years, and you're still doing it and obviously still enjoying it. So yeah, still, I always have to remember that beyond the need to get more viewers and subscribers, at the heart of it is your passion, and if that's what you're passionate about, then keep on doing it. Okay, 43 minutes in, and we've done 2 channel reviews, so we're going to be here for a while longer because I want to give you as much content as possible. Moderators, get ready for the next channel to review. I'm going to do another one now, which I've pre-loaded up. And this is, yes, you finally got your channel review after all the fantastic comments you've been posting on vidIQ for months and months and months. Frog Tech Tips. Here we are. This is where your channel review starts. So, Frog Tech Tips. Channel about tech tips, drone repair, budget hardware, and more. New video every week. Please subscribe. So, the channel banner is telling us what the content is about. Again, is kind of a little bit of a worry that you're moving from drone repairs to budget hardware, so PCs. Are your audience going to follow you along that journey? You probably want to make your text have a little bit more impact there. Maybe include Frog Tech Tips. Why Frog, by the way, just out of interest? An intriguing question there for you to potentially answer. Your passion is clearly tech. The worry is the tech strand, is it too broad? Another thing you might want to consider is the background of your channel banner and your thumbnails because with a white background, that means it's going to blend into the background of the whole YouTube layout. So that's something that you may need to consider as well. Just have a look at the About page. This channel went live in October. So you joined in 2008, but the channel is now 6 months old, I think. So you tried to help people with repair electronic stuff. Okay, so this is interesting. I think maybe you don't emphasize this enough, because now that you've said this in your description, that's turned a light bulb on in my head that there is a focus here of repairing equipment. And I think you may want to emphasize that a little bit more in your channel banner with maybe like a spanner or a screwdriver or some sort of repair graphic to help emphasize that point. Because when we look at the videos, we'll see why that is important for your most successful videos. Let's have a look at your channel trailer. If my internet speed is fast enough. Okay, so in the first 15 seconds, there was some very slow scrolling text. We saw like a brief outline of you, and we kind of got an understanding what it was tech. But looking at the rest of this channel trailer, which is 2 minutes 54 seconds, this needs to be a lot shorter, a lot more compact, a lot more high energy, dynamic, and maybe include yourself narrating. We've seen you, but we haven't heard from you. So maybe try to make that a little faster. It's good that you have a channel trailer, but I was already getting a little impatient with the speed of it. So, like, you look at unboxings. What else do you do? I'm just quickly scrolling through. Phone repair. Okay, so repairs seem to be a big area of conversation. Maybe you want to include a playlist that says, "Welcome to Frog Tech Tips. Here's what we do here." Just to, again, show off your best videos, because you have popular uploads and uploads, which is essentially, it's not essentially the same playlist. So yeah, have your most recent uploads, fine. So here's how you may want to do it. You may want, "Welcome to Frog Tech Tips. Here's what we do here" as your first playlist. Then recent uploads is your next playlist, and then if you want popular uploads, maybe is your final third playlist. But I like many of these could potentially go in a welcome to the channel. I'm going to try and stop saying Frog Tech Tips because it's a bit of a tongue twister. DJI drone repair, Mavic Pro, so a very specific niche playlist there, which is good. And I will just note here, look at the view counts for these particular videos. That's something that's interesting that we're going to look at in a few minutes. For a channel that has 1,300 subscribers, you found a niche here on drone repairs. Graphic card repair issues in one place. So it's a good level of playlists and a good level of description as well. You've also into channel growth, YouTube channel growth, and it looks like you're doing channel reviews. I wonder if you've done one for vidIQ. That would certainly be interesting and entertaining. Do you pick out all the faults from our channel? Yeah, maybe I should do that one day where we actually do a channel review on vidIQ. That would be highly amusing. You've also done something on what? Kingdom Come? Is that a video game, a live stream? So yeah, there seems to be an element here of you want to also do videos on what you enjoy playing. How does your audience respond to that? Something to bear in mind. Let's have a look at your thumbnails and branding in general. Yeah, so what do you guys think of the thumbnails here generally? My thoughts are that they are a little too busy. If we look at this most recent one, how to test a PC motherboard, you've got two motherboards in there. You try to include the BIOS screen. You've got some text here which is impossible to read. I think, as well as your channel banner, I think maybe you just need to simplify things a little bit. Maybe pick one object and make that the focus and really have arrows pointing at it and less smaller text. Text is okay, but more focus. I think the best way to describe your channel in terms of its branding is busy. There's a lot going on, and that makes it difficult for a potential viewer to understand exactly what you want to talk about. And again, the white background here. Look at how your thumbnails are kind of blending into the background a bit, especially on a suggested column. These won't stand out as much as videos with colours that contrast against this white background. This is why we use blue at vidIQ. I see other channels using bright greens and occasionally reds, although there is red in YouTube. Something to consider. What else do we have here? You've done a couple of videos on Fortnite. So again, can you take your audience to those different topics? Like 23 views for that video, 28 views versus 60 views, 35 views. So yeah, let's just run through 10 random videos in the last 3 weeks and see the different topics that you've covered. Call of Duty Black Ops teaser, Kingdom Come Deliverance, YouTube growth, then another Kingdom Come Deliverance, how to replace an iPhone 8, 6 videos on this live stream. So your videos are very much scattergun. They're going from one topic to another, and they may leave a subscriber exhausted, not really knowing what the channel's about. So do you need to niche down? You say that you're interested in doing repair videos. Well, when we look at your most popular videos, you had a brief run of highly successful videos. It looks like when you first started your channel with the Mavic Pro, like how to repair it. So this must have been when the Mavic Pro was recently released, and you did one video that was successful. You doubled down on that with another video that was very successful. You had another couple of videos here that were very successful. At that point, it would have been, I mean, you've clearly demonstrated here that when you found a topic, you doubled down on it. Did it have more legs, or could you have continued on with future drone products? Like maybe the Mavic Air may have been a good topic to look at. I know this then goes to the topic of, well, I can't afford to buy a new drone every few months because they're thousands of dollars. But in a microcosm of an example, this is a brilliant representation of you niche down specifically and you then followed it up with content. And maybe that should be the focus of your channel, not these video game live streams or reviews on products or necessarily, what else do we have? Like, I mean, there are other Mavic Pro videos that didn't do as popular either as well, so it does look as if you did try and follow up with more content, but you just didn't quite get there. But yeah, like, what do you want to do? Do you want to do video game live streams? Do you want to do reviews on smartphones? Or do you want to do repair videos on drones, which seem to be a niche topic? I'm just going to have a look at this most popular video. It's 22 minutes long as well, so it's a really detailed video on repairing a drone. Sure, we'll see the... oh, here we are. Perfect example here. This is beautiful metadata work here. Look at that. Almost every single tag is ranked. And why is it ranked? Because this video creator has used the same keyword, long tail keyword, over and over again, worded a little bit differently to dominate and become the authority on this particular topic. Mavic Pro motor overload repair. How to fix a motor overload. How to fix motor overload on Mavic Pro. Now, there could only be a few thousand people searching for these terms or similar ones. But if yours is the best video on that content and you've really niched down and you become the authority, then that's absolutely brilliant. So here, everybody, is a classic example of where a smaller channel can have these semi-viral videos by really drilling down on your metadata. It's reinforced with the keyword here, how to fix a motor overload on a Mavic Pro. And then again in the description, motor overload on your Mavic Pro, full instructions to reassemble the Mavic Pro gimbal. Brilliant stuff here. So with that in mind, let me just have a look at another video that you did that wasn't so successful and see if there are some mistakes that you made, that you didn't follow the same logic. We'll have to go to a newer video for this. Let's have a look at tempered glass screen. Let's see how you used your tags here. It looks as if you've done the similar thing here. Tempered glass screen protector installation instructions, screen protector, frog tech tips, tempered glass screen protector iPhone 6. So yep, you use the tags again there. So you followed it up, but on this particular occasion, maybe it didn't work because there's lots of videos on screen protectors already, or tempered glass screen protectors. It's just a market that's oversaturated. It's too old. You weren't able to break into it. But the metadata looks to be generally good. And another good thing here is that even though you've got 41 views, you do have quite a lot of comments on there. So some good engagement. So it does make me wonder why this video didn't quite do more successfully than it did. And it looks as if you're responding to comments as well, which is good. So certainly good engagement there. This feels like one of the videos where you thought you might try and just create a evergreen viral popular video on something that's not maybe, it is about repair, but it's about mobile phone repair, which doesn't really connect, strictly speaking, with Mavic drone repair. But good stuff there, I would say. I'm just going to play this video for 20 seconds, see what the intro is like.
Hi, did you ever ask yourself how to apply the screen protector? Hi, welcome from Frog Tech Tips. Hi everyone, welcome from Frog Tech Tips. Today is just a quick video.
I think your intro was maybe a little clipped there. You sort of asked a question, but then you didn't answer it. It would have been, have you ever... So maybe a better intro may have been, have you ever wondered how to put on a tempered glass perfectly with no bubbles? Well, I'm going to show you right now in this video and then go into the intro. But maybe a minor thing there. Also, you just you may want to maybe look at maybe improving some of your branding and consistency there, and maybe the quality looks maybe needs a little bit more. I don't want to say professionalism, but as you improve as a video creator, maybe something that you want to tweak there, just as a bit of advice. But yes, again, good fundamentals here, Frog Tech Tips. And you've had success in the past. Should you have maybe niched down for a little more? That's a difficult question to answer, I know, for a video creator, because you can't always do videos on the Mavic Pro. And it looks as if when your videos started to not perform as well in that particular area, you pivoted, but what you pivoted to wasn't necessarily successful, maybe because it wasn't still on the droning topic. But I would say your most popular videos certainly seem to be on repairing and helping users, so that could be something to look at more in the future. And that is the third review in an hour. We need to do some more channel reviews. So moderators, give me some more channels to review and I will happily do that. With my invisible glass of water. It's yellow colour today, but it just blends in with the background. Okay, I think I have the next channel to review. This could be an interesting one. Right, can you confirm that this is the right channel to review? I'm not sure it is. It looks like a different channel to me, looking at your avatar, so maybe I need to find it. see if I can get to the right channel. I'll just bring it up in the background to make sure that we're not seeing the incorrect channel. Yes. Okay. So so iVape TV, you already have some competition. Just to be aware of that. So maybe right after this video, you want to go to that other iVape TV channel, which has 1,500 subscribers, and see what they're doing, and maybe take some keys and advice from that channel. Okay, so we have iVape TV. I think it's pretty obvious what this channel's about, since we have an idea what iVape is, and you have some misty, cloudy stuff going on there, but some quick channel banner tips here. There's no point in include. I guess you can include your social media networks here, but you can also include them in your about section, and they will appear down there as clickable links. I know that doesn't translate onto mobile, so something to consider there. Another thing, this is the first channel that's guilty of it today, is that on a mobile device, your channel banner may get cut off around about there and there. So something to check. What does this channel look like on a mobile device, and whether or not you get chopped up there. Now, I know it's about vaping, and it's a television channel about vaping, but do you have a particular value proposition about vaping? Is it just about different types of e-cigarettes, or is it about starting a business, or is it your experiences in the world of iVaping or vaping? It may be something to just include as a mission statement or value proposition on your channel. So I'm looking at now your channel description. Join me and my friends as we do what we can to find fun in a small town, heavily influenced by vaping and gaming community. Okay, so you need to make this more prominent here. You're a business owner of a vaping shop, and I know this is quite a popular, trending area of business. So I would include that. Like, I might include your shop banner in there somewhere, or like an adventures of a vaping business, something to reinforce what you do. I'm already a little concerned by the fact that you've included gaming community. Does that mean we're going to see some gaming videos on this vaping channel? Again, is your audience going to connect well with that? Right, let's have a look at your homepage. There's lots of stuff here that we need to look at with your homepage. You don't have a channel intro. Maybe that's something that you need to think about doing. I need to check how old this channel is. Maybe you haven't had time yet. With that, there's no playlists. So you want to include some playlists to flesh out your channel a little bit more. We can see more content from you as a video creator, and what particular topics are you looking at here when it comes to vaping. This single playlist upload of recent uploads doesn't cut it, unfortunately, anymore in the YouTube world. Let's just check if you do have any playlists. You do have playlists, so yeah, you want to be making sure that you have those playlists included in your channel layout, so that viewers have an idea more about what you're looking at in terms of your content. Now, just as I go forward, I just need to preface that if we do hear any inappropriate content or language, I don't know if there is any yet, but we're kind of drifting towards that, especially with the Paul KSI fight controversy. There might be something to look at, so I may have to pause it. But so far, you're good and clean. New channel. So we can see that you've only been going for 2 months. So yeah, these are some fundamentals of your channel layout that you may want to think about fixing in the next 2 to 3 weeks. It's just fleshing out what the channel's about. I mean, it looks at this point as if you're just producing content to get an idea of how to upload YouTube videos, and that's absolutely fine. No problems with that. Okay, thumbnails. You have your channel logo in there, which is okay. It's a bit dominating on screen. And we have an issue here where we have busy thumbnails. Like when this is shrunk down, I can't really see much of what's going on. You probably want to take maybe one of these images and you probably need to do something with a foreground and a background. You can make the idea of his vaping and his smoke probably look very stylish and very visually pleasing if you want to do that with your thumbnails. Just as an example, I Vape TV episode 12, Ryan Hall diss track, date and giveaway winner. There's a lot going on in the title, like a diss track, like who is Ryan Hall? Do we need to put this? Do we need to put a picture of Ryan Hall on there and some musical notes to better establish what the video is about? And it's a giveaway. Do we need to include something about the giveaway? All of these thumbnails, you're taking several clips from potentially the video content and shrinking them down, and it just makes it very jumbled when looking at the thumbnail. Like this is a better example of a thumbnail. Like you have the protagonist of the thumbnail there, but you don't necessarily need to include iVape TV Titbit 1 as dominantly. It's taken up too much of the thumbnail. I think it would be better served in the bottom corner, perhaps, and like including those two pictures of the two YouTubers, and then maybe just a simple word like controversy or I quit, or something that's more appealing when you're only looking at the thumbnail for a couple of seconds. Video wise, you don't have any videos that have cracked in terms of virility at the moment, so you're still establishing yourself as a content creator, which is fine. I will say that you have 52 subscribers and each of your videos are getting around about your subscriber rate, so that's good. Your videos are at least reaching an audience at this point. But yeah, looking at the titles of the videos, so diss track on Ryan Hall, Atlanta found Prestini's biggest fan in Clayster, basketball and bullets, disc golf, Bean Boozled challenge. Like, is anything, none of this seems to be about vaping, I would say at this point. But again, I don't have too much experience with the vaping genre, but it seems as if this is more just videos about you and the things that you get up to with your friends. So yeah, I think there seems to be a lack of channel direction here at the moment. And I'll say again, because this channel is new and you've only done it for 2 months, that's fine. But at some point, you're going to have to decide who should be watching this content and why should they care, because I don't know why I should be watching this content at the moment. Right, I'm going to click on a video. Hopefully, there isn't any bad language in any of this, and we can have a look at some metadata. Let's go for a middle-of-the-road video, this one, which has 60 views. I'm very quickly on the pause button here. See what comes up. First problem, that intro is far too long. 12 seconds for a video intro is wasted space. There should be something before that intro to introduce the video, because I bet if you look at your audience retention rates, you probably have a quite a big drop off in the first 10 to 15 seconds of people like, yeah, this is, I know what channel I'm watching. I don't need to be told what I'm watching with a sleek graphical intro that takes 12 seconds. So that'll be my first advice. Let's look at the first 20 seconds of the video.
It's week 7 of iVape TV. Well, iVape TV. iVape TV, that's the name of my channel. There we go. It's week 7. Without further ado, let's just hop right on into it, and I'll get you guys in a few minutes.
Oh, God.
What is that?
Okay, what I like is that you've got a lot of energy and enthusiasm, and we want to see that straight up at the beginning of a video. Now, this looks like a 9-minute vlog. You could probably take one of the best clips from your vlog and use that as the introduction to your video, just to grab the viewer, sort of tease what's going to happen for the rest of the video. Okay, so your tags are iVape TV, iVape TV, Trevor Ford, vaping, gaming, Shelbyville, Tennessee, having fun, Smoke, PC, Fortnite Battle Royale, Vape on, VGod, Mulligan, Disc Golf. Okay, so this is like a around the world tour of tags, and it really doesn't explain what the video is about. The title of your video is Disc Golf Shots, Mulligan Raps Beat on the Green. We've seen no evidence of that in the first 30 seconds. So again, this is where viewers will drop off your video because the title is not promised, has not been promised in the start of your content. And these, using your channel tags is fine, certainly encourage it, but don't use them at the front of your tags. These are where your most powerful metadata keywords should be. And in this one, it should probably be disc golf shots, $1,000 disc golf, possibly disc golf games, or I mean, Mulligan rap beats. Is that associated with disc golf? I'm not entirely sure. But there seems to be, not only is there a lack of direction potentially in your channel at this point, but there's also a lack of direction in your video in terms of where it's going, like what is the main content of this. And I know this may frustrate you as a video creator, because if you say, well, if you watch the next 9 minutes of a video, you'll know what the video's about. But I try and look at this from a random viewer's point of view, in a sense of, I'm visiting this channel for the first time, I have no affinity with the channel. You've got to prove to me in a very short amount of time why I should be watching this video, and I'm not seeing strong enough evidence of that so far. And again, the video description, we found something fun to do. Mulligan Beat is something you won't forget anytime soon. There's no reinforcement of maybe the disc golf aspects of a channel there, which you may want to think about. But you do have, you've fleshed out your description a little bit with content there, which is fine. Good thing here is that you do get a lot of creator suggested videos, because you're probably using many of the same tags. The problem where this may be misleading is that people are going to be in your domain of iVape TV, but the world of iVape TV is minuscule, so they're only going to go to your other videos from your own videos. It's unlikely that these are going to be suggested in other people's videos, which is where you'll get lots of traffic. It's one of the highest traffic sources is other people's videos, but it's almost like you're so niche with the way that you've categorized your content. It's within its own YouTube cocoon, and it's not breaking out and reaching a wider audience because it's so niche. 10 comments though. Have you replied to any? Yes, you have replied to some. So even though I've given maybe a lot of constructive feedback here, some positives that you do have is that, as I said, you're already getting as many views as you are subscribers, and you are getting high engagement. Like 10 comments on a 60 view video does represent good engagement, and you're getting likes from these people. So you do have somewhat of a core audience already. So consider that as you maybe think more about the direction of your channel. That, ladies and gentlemen, is iVape TV. And yeah, as a new channel, I just want to say best of luck for the content that you're doing. And I think I've never done a vlogging channel, and I can't imagine how hard they are to try and tell a story within each video and edit them. And I do apologize if maybe we haven't looked more at the content of your videos and the story behind it. That's not something that we can always do. So that's iVape TV. Can we have another channel to review, please? We're an hour and a quarter in, and what are we now? 4 channel reviews in? Yeah, we need to do more, don't we? I need to try and just keep drinking the water, keep hydrated, and we can do some more channel reviews. Okay, I think I've got one, but I have a sense that I've already reviewed this channel, maybe. But we'll have a look, or maybe I haven't. No, this looks like a new channel to me now. bring it on screen momentarily. Can you confirm GVR makes that this is your channel? And then we'll jump into a review. Looks as if I'm getting confirmation here that this is the correct channel. I think it is. So unless we unless we GVR post themselves that this is not their channel, we'll make a start. So it's a very simple channel banner, but you get the idea of what this channel might be about because you have the Lego head. So here's a good example of where simplicity can often tell a better story than when you try and tell somebody everything about your channel. I think one thing might be useful here is if you maybe included a Lego that was deconstructed, and then the final products maybe. So you might want to have one where the head's removed and the legs are removed, potentially, just to make it more appealing. And it looks as if you've used a bit of stock imagery here with these lines. It might be better if you maybe include, like, I don't know, Lego blueprints or something. So what I'm trying to say here is that this is a much better channel banner as you get an idea of the what the channel's about. Not necessarily the value proposition, though. I know it's about building Lego, but why should I care? That might be the next question that you need to answer in the channel trailer. We'll have a look at the about. Oh, you need to build up your channel description a bit here. But we do get to learn a little bit more, like vintage Lego building. Now that may niche down your channel more, which is useful. Like if you have a really popular niche Lego model that you've built and you know that a lot of other vintage Lego fans like, you probably want to include that in the channel banner as well, just to give that impact. Channel has 55 subscribers at the moment, so 4,000 views. This must be a new channel. You do have, it's not a channel intro video, it looks like, maybe like your most popular video. So you have playlists, your most recent uploads, which is fine. Create a playlist. Stew.io. Is that a type of Lego creation, or is it your own potentially? So yeah, plenty of playlists, which is good to see. Again, you may want to include a channel trailer of a playlist of your different video Lego topics. The videos now let's have a interesting discussion about the thumbnails here. It's other people may have different opinions on this, but I think you've regressed as a thumbnail maker here. If we look at, like, these are really nice, clean thumbnails of your videos. You may want to, the channel branding, it's good that the icon's there, but I'm not sure if that really works as a, you may just want to make it a rounded icon, perhaps, make it a bit smaller. Just as a bit of feedback there on the channel branding, but it's good that you do have channel branding. But like, these thumbnails are really clean, look really nice. And then for whatever reason, there's probably, I will say there's probably a little bit too much text on them. Like, just as a classic example here of where you're just repeating yourself. Stew.io episode 40, please speedboat. You've put exactly the same wording in the title, so why are you bothering to do that? I would much rather you just have a really nice clean thumbnail without the text there. And again, we're into this strange situation of Do people really care that it's episode 38 of Stew.io, or are they more interested in the Christmas Lego tree? Just as a question, like, do you need to follow all of these videos? And another question is, I know what Lego is, but I don't know what Stew.io is. Am I being really naive and silly here? Is this part of a Lego series, or is it part of your video series? Something to just consider. I may be wrong here. This might be part of a Lego series, in which case that's fine. But if it's part of your series, people may not understand what Stew.io is. And in fact, tell you what, I'm just going to do a quick search and try and work out what... You've intrigued me here. Is Stew.io a Lego series, or is it something else? I need to find that out. If I can spell it properly. Whoops, that's somebody's random website there. Okay, so it does look as if it's something to do with Lego brick building, I think. So I do apologise there. It is some sort of... So do you get like custom Lego? Can you build custom Lego sets using it? Oh, this is interesting then. So is this actually about Lego, actual physical Lego pieces, or is it about building Lego within the studio application? So I'm learning something here a little bit. Anyway, I was talking about these beautifully rendered thumbnails, and then we go to the top and we get these, whoa, like psychedelic thumbnails, and like there's some weird color going on here, and it's blending too much with your actual screenshot, and it's a bit, I personally dislike those thumbnails. There may be other opinions about these, but this background just does not work. It's too busy. We have text, which is blocking the image, and then these Hawaiian tie-dye background, which for me personally just doesn't really work, I would say. Anyway, let's have a look at some video views. So you're getting 8 views, 11 views, 17 views. You haven't really made any impact here with the videos unless we have one in your most popular. So we have 500 views for this one, 111 views. Isn't it interesting here that the video with the clearest thumbnail and episode 1 is the video with the highest views? I mean, yeah, we have one here which is like episode 48, and it's got a crazy background, and that's got 300 views. So it's almost like I feel as if I'm trying to say, I prove my point here, but then a second video completely disproves my point. But yeah, the most popular video was the first video in the episode, and it's the cleanest thumbnail. Something to maybe consider along those lines. Let's watch it. Let's just view this most popular video. Look at the metadata. Look at what the video is about, because I'm still a little lost as to what Stew.io is. Right, okay, so is this just a video of images? Let's go 1 minute in. If my internet catches up. So a question I would ask here, and we'll have a look at a more recent video, is this what your videos are about? Like images of Lego simulation builds? Oh, that's interesting. Do you have a lot more success on Facebook? So maybe you're trying to break into YouTube. That's something interesting to consider. Tag wise, is there any mention of Stew.io here? It doesn't look to be. And again, these tags are going on a festival of different subjects like Lego animals, sweet, nanoblocks, zoo babies, render quality, toy review, toys, fun for kids, Lego City, designer, digital. Tags are all over the shop there. So really niche down, like digital designer. If that's in your title and Stu.io is part of it, then yeah, something to maybe consider there. Okay, again, I may be misrepresenting your channel a little bit here, just looking at the most popular video. But some fundamentals in the tags that maybe need to be picked up on. And a good thing to maybe see here is that, have you noticed that you haven't got many likes or comments? It's because this video doesn't really generate any conversation. There's no voiceover, it's just music and pictures, and that's quite a passive form of video narration. Like, did you want to say something, GVR makes, in this particular video about the content? Should you have been contributing more? Something to think about there. Having said that, I need to go to one of your most recent videos now and see if the format is similar, because that video was 7 months ago. I don't want to misrepresent the channel. Let's choose this one. Has a few more views. So I can see already that you're starting to improve your tags. Lego, digital train, family, train content, digital design, software, and so on. Lego simulation software, Lego alternative build. So the tags have improved. But here's an interesting thing about your videos. So what we can see here is, I think this is the idea of your content, but it's time-lapse builds of content. But the thing is, I can keep this video playing with the background music, and I don't need to pause it because no one's talking. And this is where a lot of YouTubers, especially gaming YouTubers, sort of stumble. We want to hear from you as a video creator. Like, why are you building this bus? Like, how difficult was it to build? Was it easy to do in Stu.io? Was it easy, difficult? Like, what were your favorite pieces and tools? How long did it take you to make? I, as a viewer, I'm interested in this. And again, I'm looking at the Facebook engagements, and it looks as if Facebook, again, if vidIQ is representing the information correctly here, that you do have success in Facebook, and because that's like a very different in terms of a video platform. Like, many videos on Facebook play silently to begin with, so building and it's like people almost stumble upon videos on Facebook, whereas on YouTube you're probably searching for something specific. So in YouTube you need to be a lot more, I guess, tactile with your audience. You need to be asking them questions, you need to be engaging them and providing value beyond just what this is, which is a time lapse of something being built. Like, how many, you've got 1 like on this video, do you have any comments? You have 1 comment, okay, but is that enough? So I think from a video creator's point of view, if you are creating videos on Facebook, they don't necessarily translate directly onto YouTube, and you may have to think a little bit about how an audience perceives this content and wants to return to it on a more regular basis. Like, I'm just gonna give you an example here. Like, I have no idea what this video is about necessarily. Well, I understand that it's about building. It's also 10 minutes long as well, and that's, again, that's a bit of a tough sell to an audience to watch something for 10 minutes without any form of commentary whatsoever. So I'm just going to do a practice here, and here's how I may have pitched this video. If I'd done all the editing in the video, I'm going to mute the, well, let's put the sound down quite a bit so you can hear my voice, but let's jump into this when the video starts playing. So hello everyone, my name is Rob, welcome to another GVR Makes, and today I want to make a Lego set London bus. I'm sure you've all seen these very iconic red buses that go around London on popular films such as James Bond. They always have at least one London bus in there, and I thought, can I build one using stew.io? And now this particular build took around about 4 hours, and I think I used in total 3,727 pieces. And obviously it was a little difficult to find particular pieces for this one because there are some curved shapes on the London bus, and that required a bit of effort. I mean, as you can see now, I'm just using these long blocks to put in stabilizers for the second floor. But you can already see that it's starting to take shape here. An interesting fact about London buses is that the first one was built in 1913, and the charge for that bus to get all the way from one place to another in London was 13 shillings. Now, there you are. That's my introduction to how to build a London bus using stew.io. But from like a viewer's point of view, some commentary in the background to understand the story behind this particular build may be interesting. And like, yeah, people on the chat are already saying, on the fly commentary, go Rob, that was impressive. But I've injected a bit of like pace and humor into this live stream. And I think that's what you would maybe need to do with these videos GVR makes. So that's my general advice. If you are publishing these videos on Facebook and they're popular, that doesn't necessarily translate into another video platform, and that's something that you may need to consider. And if anybody wants me to start a YouTube channel where I just try and do commentary over videos, it sounds like a good idea if I make it up on the spot. Okay, let's have another video, another channel to review. We're 1.5 hours into the live stream here, but I've got loads of energy and I haven't done enough channel reviews yet, so let's just keep them coming. Moderators, if you can send me another one, please. It looks like we've got our next channel to review. And good choices on the channel so far, moderators. We've had a good mix of completely different channels to look at here. No two ones have been the same, and that's good to see. In fact, we've had no specific gaming channels yet. We've had a couple that have strayed into the gaming universe. But I think looking at this one, I may have just found one. Oh no, again, there's a lot going on here in this channel. Right. Can we just confirm that this is my next victim? New Chip Foos. Extra Sessions Media, one of the moderators here is saying that Goldberg is next. If only he was next. Unfortunately, he is now retired. Here we go, New Chip Foos. Thank you for replying. This is your channel. And what's going on your channel? So channel avatar is you smiling in front of a Ferrari. Your channel banner is 2 trucks. Looks like two video game characters. Let's plays. You may need to check the spelling on there. And I don't know what DRWAS means. Vlogs more. New uploads Tuesday and Friday. 3 p.m. So it's good that you're telling people when your channel is, when the consistency of your videos are. I also know that it looks as if you've purposely clipped your channel banner to make sure that it works on mobile, which is good. However, there's a lot going on here in this channel banner. We have trucks and tankers. Is a channel about transportation? Is a channel about Tomb Raider? Is the channel about this chap here? I don't know which game he's from. Is the channel about Let's Play? Is the channel about Ferrari? Yeah, what is the value proposition here for a channel which has 200 subscribers? You've got a lot of subscribers compared to views. That's interesting. I'm a little worried that you may be gunning for subs, potentially. We'll have to see that when we look at the videos, but lots of subscribers, not that many views. Something to investigate. I'm Joe, but my friends started calling me New Chip Foos from the moment I started to draw, and I accept this nickname. So there's another element you're introducing here, that you draw. Is that part of your channel? You started YouTube in 2013, but it was only in November that you started making videos, do small uploads of gameplay, and especially So this almost feels like a bit like a Match.com on YouTube. Like you're telling me what your interests are and your backstory in terms of making videos, but you don't really tell us. It's not focused enough about what your audience should care about. Like, are you making videos about games, or are you making videos about drawing? I still don't know what your channel's about yet, so let's investigate some of the content. Oh, we got a channel trailer, so we can find out what your channel's about. Excellent. See if I can put the volume up here.
It's probably because you are not yet subscribed, but I'm here to change that. On my channel, you will find gameplays on American Truck Simulator and cars floating. Tell me you just saw that. Oh my god. That fucking car was...
Okay, I think there may have been some naughty language in there, so I do apologise if anybody picked that up. The channel trailer is a little too long, like 2.5 minutes. You probably want to try and... Like, this clip here from the trucking simulator thing was probably too long. You want to make that, like, 5 seconds, if possible. I always challenge people who already have a channel trailer. Brilliant. Now see if you can make that channel. Now see if you can fit all of the information in that channel trailer into 45 seconds. So you need to try and narrow down this channel trailer to 3 times if possible. You've got popular upload playlists. You've got most recent playlists where we start to get an understanding of the games that you're going through. But you also have car vlogs. Oh, and you've got a featured channels featured channels section, which is unusual and new. So that's nice to see. But yeah, a playlist about what your most popular videos are, or what your channel's about would be good. Right then, let's have a look at your thumbnails. Here's a question for you. A question I often pose to video creators. If these thumbnails were interspersed with other video creators, would you be able to tell that these thumbnails are from the same video creator? Now, if you took away the channel name, how can you tell that potentially this thumbnail here is from the same video creator as this thumbnail here? The only slight branding you might be able to tell it from is from this tiny icon up here which says 5, and this tiny icon here which says EP1 but is in a yellow font. And the yellow font is the only consistency here. So we need some channel branding on the thumbnails. Also, it looks as if you're just taking stock images from the video games, like you're not including maybe, again, this opportunity to put your personality front and center in the thumbnail. Whites of their eyes type of situation, connecting with the audience directly. And some of these thumbnails are really plain. Like this thumbnail here is, I can barely see what's in that thumbnail. I think it's about Tomb Raider. This one about Mass Effect, just some random character's face. Is that fighting Siren? Is that a person you're fighting? Needs maybe a bit more action in that, and it's an hour long. Like if I was visiting your channel for the first time and I saw Fighting Siren Mass Effect Part 8 1 hour video, I don't think there's any chance a new viewer to your channel is going to click on that. They need something certainly a lot shorter. A lot of these videos are what, an hour long, 50 minutes long, 38 minutes long. Have you experimented like this video here, which is what, 2 minutes long, and it's a channel trailer, has more views than all of these videos are much longer, with a few exceptions. Let's have a look. Oops, did I click that right? Yeah, that's fine. Let's have a look at your most popular video. See if we can find out why that was a popular video. It's your channel trailer. And so, yeah, you've moved between a lot of video games as well. Like Car X Drifting before, now Uncharted. Brilliant game, by the way. Love Uncharted. Then American Truck Simulator, you played that for a little while. Yeah, so this is clearly a gaming channel. So here's some general advice on a gaming channel. Is you probably, first of all, you probably want to find a very recent video game, because trying to break into established genres which have been covered to death by other video creators is hard. And then when you find a game that you're really passionate about and has an audience, let's say, for example, what's a video game that's recently been released. I'll go with Super Mario Odyssey, just because I know that was released. Well, it was released before Christmas. Well, yeah, a popular game that's just been released, whatever that is. A lot of people will be covering that game, and a lot of the big YouTubers. So you need to find a very specific topic on that video game where a question is potentially being asked and has not been answered. For example, if we take Fortnite, I know that's a popular game and many video creators are covering it, and it's very hard to break into that topic. So you would maybe need to find a subject like a new weapon is released recently, or a new character, or a very specific glitch that you know about and maybe not that many other people know about. When you're trying to break into the video game market, you really need to find something very specific that you have an opportunity to talk about better than anyone else. And what we have here with your channel is a lot of videos that are very long, covering a topic on a broader scale, and you're trying to pitch this to an audience that probably hasn't subscribed to your channel yet, and that's a very difficult thing to do. So those are some very general pieces of advice with a gaming channel as you start your journey. I would say just good luck with that. So in summary, simplify in terms of your content, but specify. Yeah, that's a brilliant term, that, isn't it? Simplify and specify. Pick one game, pick something very specific about that game that you know and other people don't, and try and capitalize on it. And yeah, just like, I'm not sure where you're getting all these subscribers from, considering the video views you have. I'll just look at a video as well and see how your metadata is. When my internet's catches up. By the way, I just saw somebody post a super chat very briefly on screen asking for a channel review. As I say in the channel description, unfortunately, channel reviews are not done by payments because I just don't have time to catch all of these super chats, and I don't want to create a financial barrier to channel reviews. So yeah, just to quickly update, I will go through super chats at the end of a live stream, but that's after channel reviews have been done. So you're using a lot of metadata, but again, New Chip Foos is your top channel top tag. You're always going to rank for that tag, so you can put that much lower down the list. You ranked for We Found the Conduit though, which is interesting. Is that something specific on Mass Effect? But again, Mass Effect, an 11-year-old game. Is it going to have any legs as a piece of content? But then you've included Car X Drift Racing and Need for Speed and Tomb Raider, and there's all sorts of other tags that are in this video. Why? This should be all about the one particular game that you're talking about. Are you just using a set of template tags for all of your videos? In which case, that's not a good idea. So there, last bit of quick advice for New Chip Foos. Best of luck with your content. Okay, we're going to do one more channel review, and this is going to be a collective channel review. I've started doing this on a Friday, but I also want to do this on a Tuesday channel review as well. So moderators, if you could give me the last channel to review, and we're going to do this as a group therapy session. We're all going to review this channel at the same time, and I'm going to read some of your comments as we do that. So when the moderator posts the next one, I'm not sure Extra Sessions was that. Are you telling me to review that channel, or are you just replying to somebody there? I'm not sure. I can't quite see a... Okay, you say no. Thanks for the answer there. And so, yeah, just moderators, when you can give me a channel for the last one, we'll start taking a look and review it. Yeah, I'm just seeing through the comments here. If you ask for a review, that's not how it works here. You contribute to the live stream and build authority with the community, and that's the way you will get a channel review. So just waiting for somebody to yeah, there's a drum roll here. So who is that? I'm not sure. I'm a bit lost. Extra Sessions Media. Who's been active? Is the channel name Quick, or... That's what I'm not quite following at this point. So, okay, so it's called Quick, right. This person will probably need to reply with Quick, because I'm going to have a hard time finding this channel. Yeah, if I do a search for Quick on YouTube, it's going to bring up loads of results. So Quick, if you can reply, and I can get your channel from your post, that would be helpful. Quick, yeah. So there we go. Quick, hey, thank you. Right. So if the chat isn't too fast, it's going so fast. Right, here we go. I think I found it. And thank you for your patience, by the way. I know that sometimes we have gaps between doing the channel reviews where I have to find the next channel. Here we go. Right, so remember, folks, this is a community channel review. We're all going to look at this collectively, and I will take your advice, and I'll try and go through the channel as we review it. Right, so this is the channel. It is called Quick, with 936 subscribers. Here's the channel banner. What do you think about it? Tell me what you think of Quick. What do you think of a channel called Quick? Let's see. So people are saying the logo is amazing. Nice blend of colour of blues, I would agree. Needs more info. Thank you, Pam. So good information from you. We can see here your social media links, and I can see Logitech as one reference, and you're called Quick in many areas, but what's the channel about? Let's play the channel trailer and see if we can get that answered a little more. We have a channel trailer, 34 seconds long. That's good. Does it tell us what the channel's about? Right, I'm going to stop the trailer there, and I want your feedback on that channel trailer. So dubstep might put people off, so the music potentially. Channel trailer description should say what the channel is about too. Here we are, so good feedback here from Nerd, and that's what I was thinking. It's just text. You're talking about games. We're not seeing evidence of these games, and we're not seeing what the style of your content is, other than that you have the ability to edit text together. It gets to a point, but if you feel like you need to show your dynamic personality, yeah. So you might call this quite a generic channel intro. Free Your Mind here is saying it's not engaging enough. I agree. I was getting bored after about 20 seconds of just text being said there. Other people saying there's no personality. Matt Maid says maybe a few clips of what and why you're called Quick. So good information there. Absolutely. So there's some tips for you there, Quick. So what we've established so far is that it's a channel about games, several games, but we don't know how they're presented at the moment. And this has taken us about 2 or 3 minutes to get to this point. Let's have a look quickly at the channel description. Channel description there. Never stop trying. What do you think of the channel description? When you visit and don't know what the channel is about because there's not enough info. So yeah, more reinforcement of that. Why is the name Quick? So yeah, we still don't know why it's called Quick. Never stop trying to win. Need some gameplay. That is vague. Yeah, so the channel description doesn't tell me anything about the channel, and this is a really good opportunity to give us your value proposition and why people should be watching. Quick, so something to consider there as well. All of this, awesome feedback so far. Let's have a look at some of the playlists. So your first playlist is about Black Ops. I guess, is that the most popular? Okay, so your first playlist. What would people think about this first playlist here of Black Ops? There's something interesting that I'm noting here about this this Black Ops thing. Very short description, so more feedback. Very short description. You need to let us know why you should be watching your channel. Nothing in the details. Do you love the thumbnails? Thumbnails have some proper effort put into them. We'll get onto thumbnails very soon. Yeah, thumbnails is definitely something I'm going to look at. People want to look at the thumbnails, so let me give you a bit of advice on the playlist. Your first playlist is about Black Ops, but the last video made was 9 months ago, so that might trick viewers into thinking that there's no recent content on there. So you want to switch up this first playlist immediately to something with more recent content. Popular uploads is there, which is fine, but there's only two playlists there as well. So include playlists about your best content and your most recent content. Okay, everybody wants to talk about the thumbnails, so let's get on to those thumbnails. What do you think of the thumbnails? People have been saying they're very good, and I'd like some more feedback on the thumbnails. So the red arrows are a nice repeat. So yeah, it has been shown that arrows pointing to stuff does draw the viewer's attention when they're looking at playlists. People are saying that the thumbnails are very nice. Extra Sessions Media is saying that the thumbnails are not consistent, which is interesting. If we just look at them, there's certainly a different colour theme in each of these. And what I tell you what I'm noticing. I'm noticing this rainbow effect border, which I do like. So there is some consistency there. You may just want to include some brand logo just to reinforce the consistency a little bit. But you do use similar fonts as well in your content, which is good as well. So Bodegi Geek is saying you're confused. You don't know if it's a series or each one is about one thing. So are you saying that maybe the video series is jumping from topic to topic? We've got stuff about video gamers there. I believe that's Arya from Game of Thrones, as she reacted to one of your videos. Intense 101 battles for Fortnite. So I would say the theme here is Fortnite. Would folks agree? In which case, you probably want to reflect that on your channel banner, if that's what you're going to focus on for the next few weeks or months. Need to convey the message a bit more on some of them. People are saying, info on thumbnail, don't make it clear what the video is about. What's Fortnite again? It's just it's a very popular video game at the moment, Real Estate Whisperer. Everybody's playing it. It's like a first-person shooter, if you're not aware of what it is. Robert Watkin, I think it's good that the channel isn't attached to any particular series, but instead, which can make it useful for one-off videos, which are usually more entertaining. There is an aspect, certainly. So, what else can we pick up then from the titles, perhaps? Good video ideas, YouTube tips and tricks. What to do when someone builds above. Now, a good example here of when a video, you can't actually see it on my mouse over, but the title of this video here is what to do when someone builds above you, Fortnite tips and tricks. The title is so long that it's been cut off, so something to be aware of there. What else do we have from the tips? People like numbers like 10 tips, so yeah, good idea. You could certainly include, like in good video tips, maybe make 5 tips or 10 tips and put a big 5 or a 10 in there. Good advice there. For list videos are certainly a good topic to look at there. Any general other impressions there from the thumbnails from you folks, or the video title itself? Video game tips and compilations might be a good content for Fortnite players, usually get attention, but there is a lot of competition, absolutely. So you need to find whatever your niche is going to be in this particular genre. I'm going to have a look at the most popular videos now, just see if you've had any breakthrough videos quick. You have 1,000 subscribers almost, so I would expect there to be some good videos. So seems like a real contrast in videos here. Something that I can immediately tell here is when you were first doing your Fortnite videos 3 months ago, you had a different coloured arrow, which seems to stand out a lot more to me in the videos that you're doing. So you may want to consider reverting back to that. This is Fortnite though, and it's a game that's been out for around 3 or 4 months now, so it's probably getting harder and harder to break into this genre with the content that you're producing. Red is better than the pink, somebody's saying there. I'm not sure. You mean in the arrows that you're talking about there? Angel of Groove, yes, you're right in that some of these thumbnails have pop. This is a good example where you've got a good foreground image, the blurred, contrasted background image, and then the real pop of the fonts there. And like you're teasing information in this video, like it's useful information, like how to get higher frame rates higher frames per second. But then you actually give a number which is like an impressive, enticing number for the viewer to click on. So yeah, I'd agree with the pop mentality. Fusion XX says Fortnite is making views very fast. Try not stick to that. Follow the game trends, not just one game. Yeah, so there's a good point here. At some point, Fortnite content is going to lose its appeal, and you may have to pivot. So something to think about. And Bodigay Geek says, while on gaming community, you might want to try joining teams and groups. It's usually a good place to get views and followers. So you're sort of meaning joining with the communities in the game and then hopefully push them to your YouTube content. Okay, we'll look now at a general video and we'll look at the metadata. Maybe look at the intro of the video as well. See what we can glean from there. Let's go for this one. Somebody's saying that you don't have Photoshop. There are many free programs available to make good thumbnails. vidIQ has its own thumbnail editor, and there's also GIMP, which is a free online thumbnail photo editing program. So plenty of options.
Yo guys, so what is going on? My name is Quick and welcome back to a brand new video. So in this video, I'm going to be going over how to crossplay via Xbox and PC and PS4 and PC. So unfortunately, Xbox and PS4.
Sorry, my internet lag is just causing a bit of an issue.
Cannot play there, together because when you try and connect them, it does say an error. You cannot play with a certain platform. So unfortunately, the two consoles cannot play together.
You might want to make your intro just maybe a
before we
little shorter there. It's almost like you cut yourself off. Like you didn't have a specific end point for the intro, so maybe think about clipping that a little bit. Folks start to post comments. Like somebody's saying that the voice was immediately in there, so we know that that there is a person behind this content. Here's some of the tags for you. Interesting intro with the downward rush into the play area. So yeah, it was like visually interesting. It's almost like the start of a game, start of a video. Somebody's asking a question now. Is it true that a kid sounding voice has a harder time? I guess from one point of view is that when you immediately hear a child's voice, like, do they have any authority? Do they know what they're doing? Are they immature in some way? Now, I certainly didn't get this from this video creator. Seemed very polished and professional. So that, I guess that can be a potential issue, but it's like, well, what can you do about it? You can't suddenly deepen your voice. So you've just got to work with the skills that you have, and hopefully the audience engages and trusts you. So Xfusion with a good point here. Try and show the best bit of the content, then do your intro in about 1 or 6 seconds. So I would agree with that sentiment. Like, you were talking about cross-play platform. If you can maybe find like a quick clip which teases some of the information, it may be this particular area of the video, or yeah, you know better about this video. What's the most important 5 seconds of it, and maybe include that in the intro. So like, do that as your first 5 seconds, then the splash intro of your channel name, and then go into hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're talking about blah 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 blah. Effectively. Any thoughts about the metadata here? Fortnite Battle Royale, how to crossplay. The fact that you've repeated the title twice. Any thoughts about the description? Like, does it have any good parts to it? Is it missing anything? Angel of Groove says, didn't put me off. Good speaking is good speaking, and I agree. It sounded fine to me. I would say that with the video tags, it's about crossplay. So it's playing the game on different gaming platforms. You certainly want to include that more than these generic tags that you have, like Fortnite PS4 gaming, quick Fortnite PC, Fortnite beginners play. You have the crossplay and the crossplay platform right down at the bottom. And if this is a really niche topic, then have them much higher up in the tags. New Game Plus says the description seems to be lacking. Yeah, I would say that you've not included Fortnite in the first 2 lines of your description, so you're not reinforcing the metadata enough there. I would say. Socials, give us something about what you're talking about, and then stick them in a description. Star Time says set a like goal so it's convincing your viewers to press it. So you're wanting people to have those call to actions and the video potentially. And description could use a little more detail. Sentences with tags. Yeah, so try and reinforce the Fortnite crossplay into your descriptions. It's a large description, but it looks as if there's a lot of default stuff in there as well. Yeah, just flesh it out a little bit more. Talk a bit more about crossplay if you can. But good things are that it looks as if you're trying to answer a question here. So the video length is probably relatively small because of that. It looked like you've got professional elements in there with these nice. You're bringing in graphics and fonts to illustrate what you're talking about, and it seems like there's a good flow of a description, and you have a nice intro. So I think there's a lot of fundamentals going on here, quick, which is good from a general YouTube fundamentals point of view. Thank you everybody for your input there into that group therapy channel review. I hope, Quick, you found that useful. The general summary seemed to be that you need to maybe establish more what your channel's about in your channel layout, and also think about the thumbnails are good, very good thumbnails, and yeah, just be more, reinforce more about what your channel's about in your channel layout, and then maybe optimize your metadata a little more. And you're doing the good thing there of you're in a big, huge community of Fortnite, but you're trying to answer specific questions, such as how to improve frame rate, how to do crossplay with different games, rather than something very generic. And I think that's a good starting point for your content. Anyway, that brings to a conclusion, by far and away, the biggest live stream channel review, any live stream we've done on vidIQ, because I just got into a groove there and I thought there was some good channels coming up with good stuff to talk about. And yeah, and it's all thanks to you people who've been contributing as a community, which is fantastic as well. And I really do appreciate all of the comments in there that we've had here. And I just want to quickly look at the super chats that I've unfortunately missed earlier on. And those are that we have from Michael Daniels. Thank you, Michael. I don't know if you're still here, but I did an interview with Michael earlier on last week for his channel. And yeah, I was on the show. If you want to check out his channel and see like a demo tour of vidIQ, then go there. Thank you for the live chat. Bosna Zapida, you're asking, should you give up YouTube? Why do you want to give up YouTube? If you're not enjoying the creative process anymore and you don't feel as if you're getting anywhere with it, maybe YouTube isn't the platform for you. Maybe look at other platforms where your content is better suited. That's certainly something to consider. But I hope you wouldn't want to quit YouTube for reasons of demotivation. I know there can be times when you struggle at YouTube, but it only takes one inspiring comment from a creator to really reinvigorate your passion. So hopefully you do get that. Israel Diaz, as I said earlier on in the super chat, I do apologize, but I can't do channel reviews based on super chats because I don't see them until the end of a channel review. And I don't want to create a financial barrier to anybody who's getting channel reviews. Leviathan Vaughn, you're more than welcome. I do appreciate the super chat and thank you for the credit there. And again, just OH8STN, fantastic. Thank you for such a large contribution to the super chat. But at the moment, maybe I need to do something in the future, but at the moment, it's just impossible to manage super chats and do channel reviews for people in that way. If I try and remember, and if you're in the next channel review, maybe I can add you to the pre-approved list. So those are the super chats. Thank you very much for them. Very much appreciated, but it is not expected here at vidIQ. So we're going to call it a day after 2 hours. Hopefully that live stream was nice and smooth. And I just want to say a massive thumbs up to Extra Sessions Media and the Doberman Guy and Anna Adventure Toy Review I saw earlier moderating. These guys do off. These guys and girls do off their own backs, and they like the guys in the trenches, making sure that the comments that you see are the best ones to help you. I really do appreciate it, and I apologize for staying here on for 2 hours. I know that for Extra Sessions Media, it's the middle of the night, probably in South Korea, or maybe it's like early morning now, and that is very much appreciated. And of course, you, the Doberman, and a round of applause, everyone, for the Doberman, who's another moderator, and his channel has been seeing exponential growth in the last couple of weeks. And maybe need to have a sort of we return to channels that I've already reviewed and see how his channel's grown in the last couple of months. It's been fantastic for him. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to take another drink. I haven't had enough drinks. My throat is very dry and I need to go have a rest. But as I always finish off with my live streams, And you should know by now the ending phrase. Enjoy the rest of your video making day, and good luck with your channels. And I'll see you all again on Friday for the casual Friday feeling vidIQ chat. Bye for now.